Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So we have some XRP news today, Bitcoin news. We have some Solana news. Oh yeah, some big things coming for Solana. We have some gold news, but we're going to begin here with this SEC versus Ripple article, and it's titled SEC and Ripple set for tomorrow's showdown. Is this 100% like, has there been information? Because listen, I read a lot of articles. I haven't seen anything solid. Maybe that's just in the sphere of information that I'm in. But have you seen anything that says 100% Ripple and the SEC are having a meeting tomorrow? Like that, or that's one of the topics, or that's one of the things that's going to be happening in that meeting. Have you seen anything? Because I just haven't. But I'll say this, I've read like maybe 4 or 5 articles where they're all talking about this like it's a certainty. Don't get me wrong. I hope that that's the case. And I hope we're getting this this ending very soon. Heck, I'll take it sooner than September, even though that's another speculated time. I'll take it way sooner than that. If it happens tomorrow, I'm all for it. Let's get it going. And yeah, I do expect that price to pop, but it'll be short-lived in my humble opinion. The real explosion comes in the future with massive announcements. That's just my humble opinion, not financial advice, of course. But this is what the article says. Let's begin here. It says, with a key SEC meeting approaching, Ripple and XRP holders anxiously await a potential settlement that could reshape the landscape. Could it will? 100% it will. It'll provide a lot of needed clarity. It will unleash not only XRP, but other bank coins, in my humble opinion. XLM will be unleashed. Algorand will be unleashed. And it's just up to the companies, what announcements they make and how those native protocol are used and how hard they push, how hard they work, how hard they advertise. You got to take all of that into account. The team that they're working with, is their team hungry? How much are they going to push? How much support do they have from developers, from the community, from the legacy system? That's going to matter. But after they're unleashed, it's all up to them. So it will change once the case is over. But let's keep going. It says across the table. Look how they write. They write with such certainty. Across the table, stoic figures from the SEC mirrored the tense anticipation of the Ripple Labs team. What do they mean by that? There's something happened that I don't know about. Why are they writing like this? It's so strange to me. Let's keep going. It says tomorrow, or they're just building. Why would you start off this paragraph in that way if you're just building a scene? But you're writing it. It's the first paragraph. It's the first bit of information we're introduced to here solidly. And you say across the table, stoic figures from the SEC mirrored, not mirror. That would be like, that would indicate to us that this is something that you're just making up this scenario to drive home imagery in a point. But it says mirrored as though it's past tense. Like, little stuff like that matters. It says the tense anticipation of the Ripple Labs team. I don't know what's going on here, folks. Maybe it's just the article writer. It says here, tomorrow their fates would be intertwined. Is that a fact? Are you sure about that? There's a lot of people out there been waiting a long time. Don't get them riled up if you're not sure. Is it a possibility? Just say it's a possibility. I know it's a possibility, but I know it's not guaranteed either. We don't know. It's okay to not know. It says hinging on the outcome of a crucial meeting that could reshape the landscape of crypto. I already addressed that. For XRP holders worldwide, the next 24 hours could be a turning point, a chance to witness the culmination of a long and hard-fought legal battle, or face an uncertain future. Well, it doesn't seem too uncertain. It just seems like even if tomorrow isn't the day, it's still just a short time at hand before everything is over with. No, it's not uncertain at all, in my humble opinion. It says stakes soared as the price of XRP teetered on the edge of a breakout, a potential indicator of a surge fueled by optimism and long-awaited resolution. No matter what, and even no matter what, after the case is over, there's going to be a pop, in my humble opinion. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think there's high likelihood of an explosion in price. But it won't be long-lived at all. People are going to take massive profits. Then on top of that, you got a lot of people who are going to get involved or are already involved, and they don't believe in XRP. They're not long-term holders of the project. They're just here to make some capital. I get that. I'm a moneymaker myself, in my humble opinion. So they're going to take profit immediately, which is going to, definitely, in my humble opinion, be heavy enough to bring the price back down to familiar areas, in my humble opinion. How long it'll stay there, I don't know. I think a lot of that will rely on, the companies using XRP and the XRPL, and whether or not they come out with massive announcements that sustain people's excitement and companies' excitement. And those announcements also could spur other announcements from companies that are excited to say, hey, we're using such an epic system. And it also could bring in other companies as well. Says XRP eyes legal settlement as potential catalyst. Of course, technically, XRP appeared poised for a breakout. Analysts pointed to the formation of a symmetrical triangle pattern on the charts, a bullish indicator often followed by a sharp price increases. Adding fuel to the fire, larger investors or whales had been steadily accumulating XRP, suggesting confidence in its future value. That I did see. I see a lot of whale activity lately. That's interesting. Do they know something that we don't? Are they actually influenced by mainstream news? I would think not. I would hope that whales are not influenced by mainstream news. I mean, listen, they have enough capital to have the absolute best financial advisors and the absolute best researchers. You can pay some good money for them. So, and I think that those researchers would tell them the same thing. Like, hey, wait, the future is bright. So if they accumulate now, it's only in anticipation of whenever the ending of the case comes. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow or in September or whenever, because they know that there's a massive amount of announcements and there's a lot of potential in XRP and a lot of the bank coins. So I think that's more of why the whales are getting so active right now. All right, so let's leave that one right there. Let's see what else we have. We have some more news to cover here today. Let me just adjust my computer. My apologies. I hope you're all having a fantastic day out there. Hope you're doing well. So now this article actually is going to touch on a little bit of that, and it's titled XRP Whales on a Rampage. Listen, let me get some more shout outs real quick, show some more love. Once again, shout out to Matthew, Marky Mark, Keith, AMP Podcast, I Love Life 22. I'm trying to think of as many names as possible. Linda, Akuma. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate everyone, every single one of you. Everybody, I can't remember everyone's names. If you're here, you're watching the channel, you show support, you show love. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. I do. Thank you. So now this article here is titled XRP Whales on a Rampage ahead of impending Ripple versus SEC judgment. I like that title, Rampage. That's a good title. Hard to come up with good titles for videos and articles after you've written or made hundreds of articles or videos. It's very, very difficult. It says XRP whales are moving coins as the community eagerly awaits the court decision on the case filed by the U.S. SEC. According to Whale Alert, listen, I get it. My stuff been collecting dust. My bank coins have been collecting dust. I don't touch them. I'm just been waiting patiently, doing the research, making sure everything's going well. Building on the picture that is at hand as more evidence comes out as to what the future actually encompasses. So I'm ready. It says here, on July 7th, an XRP whale address transferred 37 million XRP tokens. I'm rounding that off, of course. Valued at more than $16 million from an unknown wallet into Bitstamp cryptocurrency exchange. This transfer indicates that the whale is taking a position to trade XRP. Another large XRP holder moved 300 million XRP. Holy smokes. Now that is an insane amount. 300 million XRP tokens from Binance cryptocurrency exchange to an unknown wallet address. These tokens are worth $130 million, and the transfer indicates that this wallet might be looking to hold them for the long term rather than sell them. That makes a lot of sense to me. Like I said, right now, with the information coming out and it getting more solid than ever, I think that's when a lot of these, big money individuals and as well as companies are going to start stepping in over the next few months and getting enough to hold long term, as they start to see the vision become more crystallized. Whales are, and then they go into a little bit about what whales are, but we already know that. And then they go into some of the predictions for the end date, which are obviously July 13th, July 31st. That's coming from Fred Rispoli. We covered that before. All right, so now let's move on here. Now that we know whales, whales are on a rampage, apparently. All right, so now we're going to skip one XRP article, and we're going to go to... we're going to go to a little bit of this Bitcoin news here. Little bit of this Bitcoin news. Hey, let me tell you something right now. You see this right here? Do you have hair? This is going to sound weird, right? When you get older, you start to get hair everywhere. That sounds even weirder, but it's a fact. I'm going to key in. I try to keep people up to date with what's going on. Now, when you start to get older, you're going to start to get those hairs out your nose. They're like daggers. Let me just key in here. Start to get little hairs popping out your ears. Yeah. But here's another thing that people don't tell ya. You start to get those hairs on your back. Yeah, and here's the thing about that. You're like, well, so what? I can get hairs on your back, Nick, so what? But wait a minute. First of all of these hairs are long. Let's just get that straight. When you're younger, your hairs are short. Yeah, they're looking good. It's as if life itself has cut your hairs for you. When you start to wear, your sweaters, your hoodies and things like that, you styling, that fabric, whatever this is, this made of, it starts to catch those hairs and you're moving around. You're like, what's that? Oh, yeah, the hairs start to get caught on there. At the most random time, you're like, what's that? You got to control it. People looking at you like, what's going on? Those hairs are catching. So I'm just saying, people, be prepared. You think it's not going to be you. You better be prepared. Yeah. Anyway, somebody else there like, what's that have to do with crypto? We talk about life here too, with life. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so now we're going to get into a little bit of this Bitcoin news. Oh, man. Hey, let me give you some more random stuff. Here's a good meal for you, right? Eggplant sandwich with some plantains on the side. Eggplant sandwich with some plantains on the side. And you do know what we're going to end this off with, right? Now, you got one or two options right here. You could either add some Mexican rice, right? Wait. Some Mexican rice with that. Or you're going to go with the Spanish rice. Yeah, it was Mexican or Spanish rice. So you got some plantains. You have some they got eggplant sandwich. Or you got some Mexican rice or Spanish rice. All right. What we going to do for dessert? What we throwing? See, I'm sharing. See, all this wisdom I'm sharing with you. I know you're like, oh man, you got your notepad out. You're like, Mick, you're cooking today. Yeah, Chef Mick is in the building. Now, what are we gonna put with that? We're gonna put some mangoes with that. Yeah, slice up that mango. See, I might have gave you too much. Now, you might be a little too excited. Calm down. I know. Mick just hit you with a crazy meal right there. Yeah. Let's get back to this Bitcoin news. This news is titled Bitcoin. This article is titled Bitcoin Massive Rally due as buy signal hits for the first time in a year. Bitcoin price breakout talk returns as the popular hash ribbons indicator goes from capitulation, quote unquote, to buy, quote unquote, for the first time in 2024. All right, now. Bitcoin should see a quote explosive rally, unquote, next as miners exit their latest capitulation period. It says Bitcoin hash ribbons track two moving averages of hash rate, which is the estimated combined processing power miners dedicate to the network. When the 30-day moving average drops below the 60-day equivalent, it suggests miners are struggling. When the opposite occurs, however, a historically reliable buy signal is generated and considerable BTC price upside can follow. I'm ready for it. Let's go, Bitcoin. Let's go. Let's get it going. Let's get it a poppin'. Quote, given the dominant role of miners in securing Bitcoin supply, through history, quote, miner capitulations, 30 DMA of hash rate. On July 23rd, the indicator exited capitulation, quote unquote, for the first time in over 2 months. As Cointelegraph reported, the last exit came in August 2023 when Bitcoin /USD traded at, is this accurate? At under $30,000. Is this accurate? It says, quote, Bitcoin just witnessed a rare hash ribbon buy signal, unquote. Popular trader Mickey Bull. Mickey Bull. Wait a minute. Now, you know us great ones. We got to stick together. You have the name Mick or Mickey. Yeah, that's my name. Yeah. So I know you got to be good. Welcome to the family. Right? What if this person's older than me? Like, well, you welcome to the family. I'm like, no, you welcome to the family. No, seriously though, Mick. But listen, one side of my family calls me Mick, and my grandmother on my mother's side always call me Mickey. Everybody on my mother's side call me Mickey. And then a lot of other people call me Mick. My friends call me Mick and such like that. So, yeah, so I got both names now. All right, now bring greatness to us, Mickey Bull. So it says, wrote in a reaction on X alongside price analysis. Shout out to everybody in crypto. Do a good job. You've been doing a good job. I want all of crypto to win. We're going to keep pushing this. Unite crypto, a golden age is coming in. I believe there's going to be a lot of winners, right? Everybody can do well, but hey, so shout out to all the people who do their research, work hard, do good analysis, and they're given to the people, right? It says here, Mickey Bull. Is it Mickey Bull or Mikey Bull? Am I mispronouncing it? See, when people say Mick, usually it's like they spell it for me. It's M-I-K. Is it Mickey Bull or Mikey Bull? Am I mispronouncing that? I know a lot of people like, it doesn't matter, Mick, but I don't know. It just sticks in my mind. Now I'm looking at it as M-I-K-Y. But when I spell my name Mick, it's M-I-K. It's not usually M-I-C-K. It's M-I-K. Well, my apologies if I'm mispronouncing it. It says, added in a separate post that traders should, quote, get ready for a massive rally, unquote. Now, that's like what I like to hear. Okay, all right. Mickeys are in the building. Mikeys are in the building, too, whichever one you want. All right. Bitcoin price action, meanwhile, finds itself in a state of flux on lower time frames after recovery that initially lifted the market past $68,000. So once again, and you have the Mt. Gox stuff going on as a certain type of catalyst, but I'm not really concerned about that. In the long term, Bitcoin is super bullish in the long term, in my humble opinion, and not financial advice. All right, so now we're moving on here to some extremely good news, in my humble opinion. This article is titled Franklin Templeton, who is stellar heavy. Oh, yeah. And they can have a huge hand in XLM's future. All right. They're super bullish on Solana. This article is titled Franklin Templeton eyes Solana ETF. Get it going, Franklin Templeton. I would love to see Solana soar to heights it's never seen before. That's bars right there. Oh, yeah. It says, after Ethereum's success, Franklin Templeton will keep exploring more assets to back new spot cryptocurrency ETFs, including those based on Solana. Franklin Templeton, one of the first firms to issue a spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund in the United States, is optimistic about the more cryptocurrency ETFs, including a Solana product. Quote, besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, there are other exciting major developments that we believe will drive crypto space forward, unquote, Franklin Templeton wrote in the X post on July 23rd. The post added, quote, Solana has shown major adoption. That's what I've been talking. I've been saying the same thing. Franklin Templeton, thank you. Thank you. You're one of the few that's actually telling the truth about Solana and exposing like, hey, they got this massive backing right now, right? Quote, but it's not talked about often, not that I've seen. Quote, Solana has shown major adoption and continues to mature, overcoming technological growing pains and highlighting the potential of high throughput, monolithic architectures. Good wording, by the way. Franklin Templeton Spot Ethereum ETF launched on SIBO. Franklin Templeton's statement about potential Solana ETFs came on the same day the company launched its second spot cryptocurrency ETF, the Franklin ETF. It says the new Ether ETF is offered on the Chicago Board Options Exchange's SIBO BZX exchange, priced at 0.19% or 19 basis points. Franklin Templeton opted to fully waive fees to 0% until January 31st, 2025, or for the first $10 billion in fund assets. It says, when Solana ETF anticipation has sparked massive investor attention since VanEck filed for a Solana ETF called the VanEck Solana Trust in June 2024. Major rivals such as 21 Shares have also filed for a Solana ETF application with the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission. According to industry analysts, the first spot Solana ETF applications should receive final decisions. Here, get your calendars out. Should receive final decisions from the U.S. SEC around the middle of March 2025. The news comes a few days after Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas predicted that Ether ETFs will pave the way for more crypto ETFs, including Solana-based spot ETFs. Listen, you got Bitcoin looking bullish. You got Ethereum looking bullish. XRP is about to be unleashed, which if they're unleashed, and it's just my humble opinion, XLM and Algorand and a lot of others, bank coins will be unleashed as well. Did I already speak about Solana? Solana's looking super bullish. Like I said, a crypto golden age looks like it's right there until information tells me different. I mean, if something's telling you, taking you in the opposite direction, inform me. Let me know your opinion. I like to hear opposite opinions. I learn from everything. This side, that side, you know, the positives, the negatives, and I like to have information at hand to measure with. All right, now, also, if you did not see the members only video I put out yesterday, make sure to join the members only section. Click that little join button down below. Sometimes it's in the description box. Once again, a lot of people don't know that. I always get these questions every time about where can they join the members only section? And sometimes it's below the video, says join, and sometimes it's in the description box. If YouTube changes that, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. YouTube controls a lot on these channels, and they change things at will, but that's where I know the join button to be. But check that video out from yesterday, another good one. Let's move here. What else do we have today? I want to cover this here because we have MICA legislation rolling out, but we know about that. But now, are you familiar with the TRF and the Dora? Right? We have a lot going on in Europe, right? So now this article was titled 2025 EU crypto landscape, MICA, TRF, and Dora. Now, I'm familiar with MICA, but let me get more familiar with TRF and come along with me on this journey here. It says here, the Transfer of Funds Regulation, TRF, the revised Transfer of Funds Regulation published on June 9th, 2023, extends the obligation to accompany transfers of crypto assets with detailed information about the originators and beneficiaries to crypto asset service providers, in alignment with the Financial Action Task Force FATF's recommendations for crypto companies. This necessitates the implementation of additional frameworks to ensure compliance. Given the anonymous nature of crypto transactions, the required information includes the originator's name, distributed ledger address, account number, address, official personal document number, customer identification number, or other equivalent identifiers. Holy smokes. This information must be securely transmitted in advance or concurrently with the transfer of the recipient's financial institution or virtual asset service provider, the VASP. Now let's find out about Dora. Another critical regulation is Dora, which applies to a broad range of financial entities, including banks, payment institutions, and crypto companies, specifically CASPs. It says Dora aims to ensure these entities are prepared to handle ICT-related tasks and incidents, enhancing the financial system's overall stability and resilience by implementing robust ICT risk management practices, conducting regular testing, and collaborating with regulators and peers. Crypto companies can better protect themselves and their clients from cyber incidents and other ICT disruptions. Dora is expected to be enforced starting January 2025. All right, so now we're a little bit more educated on that. Let's end off the video here today with a little bit of gold news. You remember when every announcer was epic? It didn't matter where they were. They could be at an award show, epic. They could be hosting a boxing event, epic. UFC event, epic. WWE event, epic. All the announcers used to be insanely talented. So that's where I tried to pull from. Gold. They should drag out the words for emphasis. Gold news. Man, I miss those days. Epic days. All right. Everything, like when I don't know what it was about the 90s and early 2000s and a little bit of the late 80s, everything was just seemed so epic. Even books, storybooks, everything was written so well. I think there was a sense of mastery at those times. Now, I think people dabble in a lot. And so mastery is not on their mind. They just want to do a bunch of stuff. And I get that. I can understand that. But I'm from that cloth of I want to master this right here before I move on to something else. And I think that's what we were experiencing at that time, at least what I experienced at that time with a lot of the art that I partook in. But anyway, here's the article here. This article is titled Gold Delivering Returns Risk asset is gold delivering returns like a risk asset. My apologies. In the top here, they break it apart very strangely. And it goes as such. Gold is performing more like a growth asset than a safe haven. That's going to continue for a while. You know the catalyst. It says, and this only adds to the traditional investment case for the yellow metal. According to Sadiq Aditya, Chief Investment Officer at BMO Global Asset Management, quote, gold is not behaving like it traditionally does. Aditya said in an interview published on June 22nd, quote, normally it's an inflation hedge, a hedge against the US dollar, and it normally reacts to yield, unquote. And what have I been saying it for years? Once again, not financial advice, but I've been saying gold is a moneymaker now. And it has been because the banks buying record amounts of it, the possibility of bank collapses as well as the collapses of banks in recent years that propped it up a little bit. The massive promotion of gold for some reason now over the last 2 years by article writers and video content creators, that also adds a little bit. And the massive distrust of the banking system with their deposit flight. So a lot of people are looking for alternatives to where to store their money long term. And a lot of people have gone for gold. All of that adds to the bullish nature of gold right now and it being a moneymaker. It says, quote, people are holding it for many different reasons, not just traditional reasons. Sovereign wealth companies and countries are buying gold as another store of value for other currencies, unquote. Indeed, gold has actually outperformed the S&P 500 over the past 6 months, even as stock markets have set successive all-time highs amid their recent bull run, with the yellow metal gaining 20% while the S&P rose 18%. All right, so now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.